Hi, welcome to this podcast, Famous Book Lessons and Summaries. In this podcast, we'll be looking at top 10 lessons from the book, The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. In The Psychology of Money, Housel teaches you how to have a better relationship with money and to make smarter financial decisions. He also shows you how your psychology can work for and against you. And here we have it. Top 10 lessons from the book, The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. Lesson 1. Compounding. Sustained long-term investments beat short-term high-return interest over time due to compound interest. Lesson 2. Wealth is what you don't see. We have a tendency to judge wealth based on what we see, like cars, clothes, and houses. But rather, investment accounts, on the other hand, are not visible. We base our financial success on outward appearances, which ideally should not be so. Lesson 3. Freedom. The ability to wake up every morning and say, I can do whatever I want, when I want, with who I want, for as long as I want, is the ultimate form of wealth. This, above all, is the highest dividend money can pay. Lesson 4. Strategy. Live below your means. You should value your freedom of autonomy more than buying nice things you want to have right now. Use that money to educate yourself and start investing. Being willing to delay your gratification is a must. Lesson 5. Risk. Risk is what is left over after you thought you took everything into account. It is unpredictable and none is safe from it. Risk is going to decrease over time while you make long-term investments and don't worry about short-term volatile market situations. Lesson 6. Setbacks. Losing money once in a while is normal, but you shouldn't think that you lost money because you necessarily messed up. Look at it as a fee for investing and making profitable returns over time, instead of a fine that needs to be paid for doing something wrong. Lesson 7. Reasonable versus rational. Beware of the difference between acting upon emotion or rational thoughts. One is not better than the other. Sometimes, acting reasonably instead of rationally, even when the numbers don't add up on your spreadsheets, could lead to huge success. Lesson 8. Room for error. Morgan assumes that the future returns on his investments will be 13% lower than the historical average. As a result, he saves more than he would if he assumed the future will be similar to the past. This is his margin of safety. Lesson 9. Benchmarks. Don't compare your profits and returns to those of other investors. Measure your success by what makes you happy and what your goals are. Investing is not a race, and you don't have to feel ashamed nor entitled based on how little or how much profit you made. Lesson 10. Tails. You win. Long tails, or the extremes of the distribution of outcomes, have enormous sway in finance. Where a small number of events accounts for the vast majority of outcomes. A tail event is the cause of anything huge, profitable, famous, or influential. And here you have it. The top 10 lessons learned from the book, The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. This series of podcasts was born to provide you with life lessons, business lessons, and summaries of your favorite bestsellers. Subscribe and follow us today, and if there's any book you need a summary on, do let us know. Also, share your thoughts with me and I'll be glad to respond to you. I'm Onuzurike Chukwuagozie. See you on the next one.